ॐ शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुर्गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः। गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ श्री गुरवे श्री सत्यसाईनाथ श्री पादुकां पूजयामि नमः। ॐ श्री परमगुरवे श्री शिरडी साईनाथ श्री पादुकां पूजयामि नमः। ॐ श्री परमेष्टि गुरवे श्री दत्तात्रेय स्वामी श्री पादुकां पूजयामि नमः। सद्गुरुचरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। हरिः ॐ। श्री साईश्वराय नमः। हरिः ॐ। बालरविद्युतिमिन्दुकिरीटान्तुङ्गकुचान्नयनत्रययुक्ताम् स्मेरमुखीं वरदाङ्कुशपाशाभीतिकरां प्रभजे भुवनेशीम्। ॐ नमश्चण्डिकायै। ॐ ऋषिरुवाच देव्या हते तत्र महासुरेन्द्रे सेन्द्रासुरावह्नि पुरोगमास्ताम् कात्यायनीं तुष्टुवुरिष्टलाभाद्विकाशिवक्राब्ज विकाशिताशाख देवि प्रपन्नार्तिहरे प्रसीद प्रसीद मातर्जगतोऽखिलस्य प्रसीद विश्वेश्वरि पाहि विश्वं त्वमीश्वरी देवि चराचरस्य आधारभूता जगतस्त्वमेका महीस्वरूपेण यतस्थितासि अपां स्वरूपस्थितया त्वयैतदाप्यायते कृत्स्नमलङ्घ्य वीर्ये त्वं वैष्णवी शक्तिरनन्तवीर्या विश्वस्य बीजं परमासि माया सम्मोहितं देवि समस्तमेतत्त्वं वै प्रसन्ना भुवि मुक्तिहेतुः विद्याः समस्तास्तव देवि भेदास्त्रियः समस्ता सकला जगत्सु त्वयैकया पूरितमम्बयैतत्काते स्तुतिस्तव्यपरा परोक्तिः सर्वभूता यदा देवी भुक्तिमुक्तिप्रदायिनी त्वं स्तुता स्तुतये का वा भवन्तु परमोक्तयः सर्वस्य बुद्धिरूपेण जनस्य हृदि संस्थिते स्वर्गापवर्गदे देवि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते कलाकाष्ठादिरूपेण परिणामप्रदायिनी विश्वस्योपरतौ शक्ते नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके देवि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते सृष्टिस्थितिविनाशानां शक्तिभूते सनातनि गुणाश्रये गुणमये नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते शरणागतदीनार्तपरित्राणपरायणे सर्वस्यार्तिहरे देवि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते हंसयुक्तविमानस्थे ब्रह्माणि रूपधारिणि कौशाम्भःक्षरिके देवि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते त्रिशूलचन्द्राहिधरे महावृषभवाहिनि माहेश्वरी स्वरूपेण नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते मयूरकुक्कुटधारिणि मकुटवृते महाशक्तिधरे नघे कौमारी रूपसंस्थाने नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते शङ्खचक्रगदाशार्ङ्गगृहीतपरमायुधे प्रसीद वैष्णवीरूपे नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते गृहीतोऽग्रमहाचक्रे दंष्ट्रोद्धृत वसुन्धरे वराहरूपिणि शिवे नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते नृसिंहरूपेणोग्रेण हन्तुं दैत्यान् कृतोद्यमे त्रैलोक्यत्राणसहिते नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते किरीटिनि महावज्रे सहस्रनयनोज्ज्वले वृत्रप्राणहरे चैन्द्रि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Hari Om, Shalom, Sai Ram, Namaste. We are studying the Narayani Stuti, also known as Katyayani Stuti, by all the Devas, led by Agni. And this beautiful, very powerful Narayani Stuti is surrendering to the one that is manifested as these Saptamatrikas that guide, sustain, protect the awareness of the one within us. And the Saptamatrikas and the Shivaduti, the Mahakali, all are actually manifested, as we have seen in chapter 8. The mother Chandika commands her own power that is present in Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, Indra, and Subramanya, and upon her ordinance, those Shaktis came out along with their Vahanas and their weapons and manifested to participate in the war between the pseudo self and the supreme self. And that is now all these matrikas that came out of those gods, and from mother's entire body came forth Shivaduti, and from her Agnya Chakra came forth Mahakali, and all those that manifested there upon the command of Shiva himself participated in the war. I'm repeating so that we are not only focused just listening to this, but trying to comprehend what this means in the context of our own internal awareness and connectivity. That is the essence of spiritual pursuit, nothing more than that. As long as you chase God outside, in Telugu there is a word called Devulatam. Devulatam means searching. From the Devulatam came Deva, actually. But in Telugu context, I am saying, but the Div means light. But what we are actually, that's what Bhagavan very beautifully reminded. Veda Deva, Veda Deva. And he said 5 times, and the sixth time he said, until you keep looking outside, it is Deva, Devulatam. Until you know it is Deva, After you know it is Veda, knowing what? Knowing what is Veda? Knowing that this entire diversity manifested outside is nothing but the projection of the inner self itself. And when we come Vishwandarpana Drishyamana Nagari Tulyam Nijantargatam Pashyannatmani Mayaya Bahirivodbhutam Yatha Nidraya Yas Sakshatkara Kurute Prabodha Samaye Svatmanameva Dvayam Tasmai Sri Guru Murtaye Namayidam Sri Dakshina Murtaye. So, brothers and sisters, when we look inside, Apatalana Bhuvana Brahmandama Vispurat. When you look outside, Brahmanda Vyapta Deha Bhasita Himarucha Bhasamana Bhujangai. The two Dhyana slokas of Sri Rudram is what you look inside, what you look outside. Closing the eyes, you look inside, and that is unity. Opening the eyes, you only see diversity, and you are got caught up in this diversity, actually dividing the divine himself as various forms. Mother very beautifully reminds in the 10th chapter, all this diversity that you are seeing of my forms, where did they come from? They're mine only. Now see this unity. And now what these devatas are now praying to? They are praying to the unity. And that unity, even though they are saying Brahmani Rupa Samsthane, Maheshwari Trishulena, Kaumari, Vaishnavi, all these things they're referring to, but they're referring to the name and form, but in the unity of Narayani, Sai Narayani, Satya Narayani. Satya, the truth, is that which is the oneness, and that one which is not changing because of the time, the space, the objectivity, all the diversities that are the three vectorial diversity, the kaleidoscope in which the one ray of light, when it hits this prism, becomes the seven. The one Narayani became the seven Matrukas. So, the next, after invoking these, after praying to these seven Matrikas, they continue to pray to the Narayani as the Shivaduti Swarupena, Hata Daitya Mahabale, Ghora Rupe Maharave, Narayani Namostute. The one in the form of, manifested in the form of Shivaduti. Sorry, brother, you can reshare it. Shivaduti Swarupena, in the form of Shivaduti. You can reshare it, Sairama, sorry. Yeah. Hata Daitya Mahabale, Hata, that has killed. Daitya, the, the Daityas means the dividers. The dividers. Mahabale, the powerful dividers. Those that divide the divine, those that divide the divine, and they are very, there you these are very powerful people that are dividing the divine, saying that you come to me, I will do this, all of that stuff. That is dividing the divine, and that division of the divine is a huge power, and for that she comes as Shivaduti Swarupena. Brothers and sisters, I already mentioned who Shivaduti is. The who is Shivaduti? Shivaduti is the one that commissioned Shiva himself to go and convey the message to the pseudo self. Why do you think I chanted the Dakshinamurti Slokam there? The Dakshinamurti is exactly that. He doesn't speak in silence, but the message is coming from the mother to say, you, as the supreme guru, you have to convey this message to the pseudo self to stop dividing and be focused on the self awareness, which is the supreme. And until that is done, this Shiva Dhuti will keep on appearing fearful, intimidating, loud voice, and that message has to be delivered so loud and clear that the mind gets stifled, and then the mind says, yes, I hear you, I will stop doing this nonsense. That is Ghora Rupe Maharave. Maharave, loud voice. Ravam means sound. Maharavam means incredible, supreme, ultimate sound. So, what is the weapon of Shivaduti? It is not Trishula, all the other weapons that are carried. The weapon of Shivaduti is Ghorarave, Maharave, Ghorarupe, Maharavam. Somebody asked me when we were studying about what is this, how it is Ghoraravam. What is that sound that is so terrible, that is equivalent to 100 jackals? What is that sound? That sound which intimidates you, intimidates the lower self, and intimidates the pseudo self, intimidates everything associated with the lower mind, the ego. It is a terrible sound. Why? Because the ego gets, yesterday only I was sharing, you get intimidated in presence of the divine. Why? When you get intimidated in the presence of the divine, then know that that sound that intimidates you is actually asking your lower mind to raise up. Don't get intimidated. Say, remind me the story of Duryodhana after this, after the class. Shivaduti Swarupena Hata Daitya Mahabale.
शिव शिवदूती स्वरूपेण हतदैत्यमहाबले
You're chanting in F sharp, sir.
शिवदूती
No, 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 no,
still high
no.
1 second
शिवदूते स्वरूपेण हतदैत्यमहाबले.
शिवदूती स्वरूपेण हतदैत्यमहाबले शिवदूती स्वरूपेण हतदैत्यमहाबले
घोररूपे महारावे नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते.
घोररूपे महारावे नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते घोररूपे महारावे नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते
शिवदूते स्वरूपेण हतदैत्यमहाबले घोररूपे महारावे नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते.
शिवदूती स्वरूपेण हतदैत्यमहाबले घोररूपे महारावे नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते शिवदूती स्वरूपेण हतदैत्यमहाबले घोररूपे महारावे नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते
दंष्ट्रा कराळवदने शिरोमाला विभूषणे चामुण्डे मुण्डमथने नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते दंष्ट्रा कराल वदन damshtra terrible tusks and karala vadana it's a it's a vadana karalam is the karala vadana means it's this black incredibly black terrible face with the tusks this mother and it's a the face that is looking terrible with tusks is damshtra karala vadana shiromala vibhushane adorned with the garland of heads or skulls chamunde mundamadhane narayani namostute. You see, here is a very interesting observation. The word Chamunda is given by Chandi to this Kali for killing Chanda and Munda. Chamunda means that which killed Chanda and Munda itself. But on the top of it, he's saying Munda Madhane means slayer of Munda, and therefore the interpretation of the Munda Mathane there is not the one that killed Munda, because there will be Punaravritti dosham. If you use the same if you use the word successively with the same meaning, it is called Punaravritti dosham. Means you cannot repeat the same name with the same meaning. I went through this with you in the Rudrajnana Yajna. In what context? Do you remember?
Nilagriva.
Ah, very good. Somebody is paying attention. Nilagriva comes 3 times successively in the what Anvakam? Huh?
10th
First.
Anuvaka.
11th Anvakam.
11.
11th Anvakam. So there the meaning of Nilagriva is different in each context. Here also Chamunde Mundamathane. Munda means head. Mathana means total what we call mathanam. Mathanam means churning. Yeah. Sagara mathanam. We say no? Churning. The one that churns your head. What happens when this head is churned like that? Huh? The Chamunde Munda Mathane Narayani Namostute. Damstrakaralavadane Siromala Vibhushane.
संष्ट्राकराळवदने शिरोमाला विभूषणे दंष्ट्राकरालवदने शिरोमाला विभूषणे
Chamunde Munda Mathane Narayani Namostute.
चामुण्डे मुण्डमथने नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते चामुण्डे मुण्डमथन सॉरी चामुण्डे मुण्डमथने नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते
You said Mathane.
मथने
Matha. Tatha. दंष्ट्राकरालवदने शिरोमालाविभूषणे चामुण्डे मुण्डमथने नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते.
दंष्ट्राकरालवदने शिरोमाला विभूषणे चामुण्डे मुण्डमथने नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते.
So when you are pausing at the first line, right, first padam, if there is a dirgham, you should give the appropriate timing for the dirgham. दंष्ट्राकरालवदने शिरोमालाविभूषणे चामुण्डे मुण्डमथने नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते. So those
Yeah.
vadane,
Mm.
mathane, the E in as written in IAST is not a short vowel, it is a long vowel because there is no short A in Sanskritam. Only long A is there. How come? However, in Telugu there is a I o o au, but in Sanskritam there is only a I o aum. Okay, o au like that. Okay, Sairama, one more time.
दंष्ट्राकरालवदने शिरोमालाविभूषणे चामुण्डे मुण्डमथने नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते.
Yes, very good. Lakshmi, Lajje, Mahavidye, Shraddhe, Pushti, Swadhe, Dhruve, Maharatri, Mahamaye, Narayani, Namostute. Just saying the words itself, you feel the vibration of the mother's presence in each of the shlokas of the 700 and some like Maha mantras. Lakshmi. Who is Lakshmi? What is the meaning of the word Lakshmi?
The one who takes you to your Laksham.
Who is speaking?
Gayatri.
Yeah. What is Laksham?
Goal.
Yeah. So the mother who gives you a purpose in the context of an intent with which you have to live your life. However, this is every word that we are studying and explaining in the context of Rudram or whether it is Devi Mahatyam or any of these Veda Suktas. Please note, when we are studying this as the Veda study, never this body and mind focuses only on the iconic representation of Hinduism, because when Swami said, until you know it is Deva, after you know it is Veda, means what is it that you have to know through Vedas? That is the focus. Therefore, Lakshmi means immediately, the iconic representation of a beautiful woman who is orangish red in color with all these gold coins floating out of a pot, and then two elephants sitting on next to each other. All of that is very simply an iconic representation that is 100% relevant to what we call as a Hindu iconic representation of the ideal as the idol. But in each of those idols, we see the ideal represented. Therefore, when your mind goes and focuses on that ideal, you are truly focusing on Narayani. Otherwise, you are only focusing on the name and the form. You have to get hold of that juice. Well, where is my brother Mukunda is here? That is the sadhana. That is the real sadhana. Not that holding the form and the name is a bad thing. That is how you start. That's a starting point. That's not the target. Well, when we say Lakshmi, Lakshmi, Lajje, Mahavidye, Shraddhe, Pushti, Swadhe, Dhruve. Oh my God. What you are looking at this mantra, all these, oh, you are the good fortune. What is good fortune? Is there a bad fortune? There is a good fortune, there is a bad fortune. And now what? The mind is now focused again on duality. The whole thing has to be focused on oneness. Lakshmi means that the target, the purpose, the goal, the intent. And when that is there, Lajje, you will have this humility, the modesty to actually hold on to that through dharma, that is Lajja, and through Mahavidya. See, count the number of Mahas that are coming in this, all these slokas, write them down. It will become a Maha Mantra. And that Maha Mantra tells us where to go, what to look for. Here it is Maha Vidya, supreme knowing. That is the supreme knowing. Then your mind will get focused on that supreme knowledge. And then Shraddhe, not faith. Faith is again the very small, tiny sliver of representation of the meaning of the word Shraddha. Shraddha means steadfastness in holding to the truth. Huh? What is brother Mukunda? Are you there? Mukunda.
Yes, I'm here.
What did we talk on Friday night? Huh? What did we talk on Friday night? This is the one we were talking in the satsang on the Friday night, isn't it? Now, Devi Matyam is not simply a chanting. Now, it is telling you how to do it. How to do it. Lakshmi, the purpose, the intent, and the target. Lajja, the humility, the modesty to come down to ordinary level and become extraordinary, and then have this supreme knowledge. And that supreme knowledge is to steadfast holding to the truth, Satya, and that gives you the strength, Pushti, Swadhe, Dhruve, Swadhe, inner self that is within you. And then Dhruve, Dhruve means what is Dhruva? You are now, Dhruva means you are now immovable. That is Dhruva. Un, it's, please listen to me carefully. You are immovable. You are immovable in pursuing the target. Nobody can move you. Nothing can shake you from your love and the steadfastness to hold on to S-A-I, same as I. So am I. Aham saha. So hum. Maharatri. Mahamaye. Narayani Namostute. What is Maharatri?
The night of Deepavali.
See, that I know somebody will say that. What is Maharatri? Konchada, have you heard to all the Ratri Suktam classes?
Not all of them, some of them. So,
Okay. Please go listen to Ratri Suktam. Then you will understanding of. Now, you see, the night of Deepavali is only for Hindus and Indians burning a whole bunch of stuff and eating sweets. How is that relevant to a Jew? How is that relevant to a Muslim? Is Maharatri therefore mean only she is representing that which is iconic towards Hindus? And if she did, then she will not be complete. She's incomplete. Konchada, are you listening to me, Sairama? I'm not trying
Sir,
to, I'm not trying to I'm not trying to, what I'm trying to do is take us inside, not always look outside, outside, outside. Look inside. Look. Ratri. What is Ratri? Huh? Chandrasekhar, don't share Sairama. I want to see your faces. Well, what is Ratri? Chandrasekhar Ganeshan, what is
Yeah.
Ratri?
So Ratri is the three represents the body, mind, and the senses. It's the time where all the three rest in the awareness of the self.
So
That's
what is Maharatri? Silence, yeah. Silence. Silence. I asked these kids, finally they came to the point that when you sleep, you are very happy. That's what they, on Friday evening. yesterday, yesterday also they were saying, when are you happy? When you sleep. You are happy. But what is sleep? What is sleep in the context of our colloquial understanding of what is sleep? What is sleep from a spiritual point of view? Nidra is not actually sleep. Nidra, Ratri. These these simple words themselves are Mahamantras. They are showing something deeper. Lakshmi, the target. Sairam, am I bothering all of you? You want to learn? Do we all just want to stay where we are and just pursue the God as some iconic representation with a name and a form and a function? And that's it. We leave them there. We are happy. We throw flowers. We do abhishekams. We do rituals. And then we are done. And then this is what our life is about. Yeah, that is not what our life is. We are connecting to the spirit within all these things, and this is about self awareness and pursuit of actually knowing who we are. And that process is not easy. If you simply tell people, oh, this is that, they don't even want to look and listen, and that's the reason why the what this is Maharave, loud and clear. It has to be coming into the ears like a loud sound that is actually taking the mind unfocused, stilling it and silencing it, because still this stupid mind wants to pursue diversity, and it is doing all kinds of nonsense in spite of all the Vedas, the Shastras, the Gurus, and everybody shouting loud. Arey, listen, listen, listen. Allahu Akbar. You know why Quran is chanted so loud? With mics blasting all over. Why? It has to be clearly heard by people. Listen to this. Ayya lakana. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Listen to the greatness of this Allah. Come, wake up, come to the prayer. Let us be pursuing this great master within us. Let's still our minds and look at the star inside. This is what Quran is. This is not what the prophet is saying. This is what the great scripture is saying. Why do you have to sing with your heart and throat? Narayana, 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 Narayana. Not simply sleeping singing of a bhajan. Why do you have to do that? Maharave. Otherwise, this mind will not listen. It will just go into the same slumber over and over again. And so, what is Maharatri? What is Ratri? What is Maharatri? Think about this. Go listen to the Ratri Suktam again if you have to really understand what Ratri is. If you really have to understand what Nidra is. Nidra is not a physical state. Nidra is complete arresting the senses, the thought and everything. And when the thought and everything is arrested, then you are able to see that very clearly. And when you see that very clearly, everything comes into dissolution, and you are in this equanimous state with the supreme awareness without the mind even existing, and therefore that is Maharatri. Sairam, huh? What happened to Deepavali? Yeah, what is this meaning? Yes, even Jasenko can relate to this.
Absolutely.
He's saying, oh, that is what is Ratri. Oh my God. That is what is Maharatri. That is, and even a Muslim that when I'm saying Maharave, why do I shout Quran so loud? Why it is called Veda Ghosha? Huh? Veda is called Ghosha. It's Veda Ghosha, not Veda Parayana. Parayana means, like chanting very happily. Veda Ghosha means when you hear to Veda Ghosha, the entire senses, the thoughts, the mind gets arrested and becomes attentive and merges into that in complete silence. And that is Maharatri. Mahama, you see how much time I'm taking to explain all of this. You just listen to some commentaries, they will just explain the outer meaning and they just move on. We are not doing that. Can you understand what a blessing it is that you go into a Chandi Sahita Atirudra Mahayagna as a Devi Mahatyam Rutvik, and you are now doing this with complete attention and focus. And when you come and do that yajna, your mind is completely focused on the inner aspect of it. Ardhanusandhana Purvakam Madhyama Swarena Chandi Stavam Pathet. Brothers and sisters, this is the pursuit that we are in. And if we actually, I am not trying to preach you, please, I am also on the same path. In fact, I am grateful to all of you. You are my gurus because you gave a purpose for this life, and therefore it helps me all the time asking this question: am I on this path of Lakshmi, Lajja, Mahavidya, Pushti, with Swadhe? Swadhe means knowing yourself, dhruve, with complete conviction and immovable faith. And then what happens? Maharatri. Maharatri is when you close your eyes. Mahamaya is when you open your eyes. Are we connected to that completely now? Maharatri is when you close your eyes. Mahamaya is when you open your eyes. What do you see when you close your eyes? Narayani. What do you see when you open your eyes? Narayani. Oneness. I think we're done, no? Each shloka itself is an amazing, incredible spiritual revelation, not bound to a name and a form in the context of a religion and a god. Not that they are not important, not that they are irrelevant, not that we are saying throw all of that out. That's not what is being said. Hold on to them, enjoy the diversity, but be focused on the unity. So, how do I know that which exists? Ah, Mukunda, Mukunda, Mukunda Leda, Mukunda Leda. Ah, Mukunda. What is What is that? Mukunda was asking that question. What do you mean by knowing that which exists and that I do not know that it exists? What is that? Now are you getting the answers to this, Devi Matyam? Yes? Mukunda, speak up. Sheila, unmute him. So don't mute him also on the class.
Yeah. Yes, definitely.
Okay. This is the beautiful. Now you see Lakshmi, Lajje, Mahavidye, Shraddhe, Pushti, Swadhe, Dhruve, Maharatri, Mahamaye, Narayani Namostute. Lakshmi Lajje Mahavidye, Shraddhe Pushti Swadhe Dhruve. Go ahead, Sairama.
Yeah. Hope so.
Lakshmi Lajje Mahavidye Shraddhe Pushti Swadhe Dhruve.
Lakshmi Lajje Mahavidye Shraddhe Pushti Swadhe Dhruve. Lakshmi Lajje Mahavidye Shraddhe Pushti Swadhe. Listen,
Yeah, go ahead, Kanal. You are breaking up. Yeah.
Lakshmi Lajje Mahavidye Shraddhe Pushti Swadhe Dhruve.
Maha Maharatri Mahamaye Narayani Namostude.
Maharatri Mahamaye.
Anatami, you are frozen. He is in Maharatri right now. He has to come out and see Mahamaya. His internet, Mahamaya, is frozen. So Maharatri is in works. Enada, Tambi, what happened? What happened? Okay. Satish, you want to start?
महारात्रिमहामाये नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते
Lakshmi Lajje Mahavidye Shraddhe Pushti Swadhe Dhruve Maharatri Mahamaye Narayani Namostute.
लक्ष्मीलज्जे महाविद्ये श्रद्धे पुष्टिस्वधे ध्रुवे महारात्रिमहामाये नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते लक्ष्मीलज्जे महाविद्ये श्रद्धे पुष्टिस्वधे ध्रुवे महारात्रिमहामाये नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते
Medhe Saraswati Vare Bhuti Babhravi Tamasi Niyate Tvam Prasideshe Narayani Namostute. Medha Saraswati Vare Bhuti Babhravi Tamasi Medha. She is Medha Devi, which is the illumined intelligence. Saraswati, What is Saraswati? What is Saraswati? See, when I'm asking the question, I'm asking who is Saraswati? Who means then you have personified it. What is Saraswati means no personification. What is Saraswati?
Absolute reality.
Enna?
The energy that flows, that
Gayatri,
lets
you
you
have to give
see.
opportunity for others.
Energy of the energies.
Ah, and what is that? What is that? Not Gayatri Borude, somebody else. What is that?
Om.
What is that? What is that which gives energy or awareness to everything that you do, everything that you think? What is that? Amma. What is that? Okay, I will give one more clue. What is the seed bija mantram for Saraswati?
Om. Im.
I'm
Aim.
Om.
What
Im.
is Aim?
I
What
am.
is
I am.
Abba? Oh my God! If I have to take this much, now what? So what is that which give energy to all the energies, as in action, thought, words, deeds, everything? What is it? What is it?
The awareness.
No, what? Don't
Yeah.
don't just simply use that. We just went through the thought process. When you do something, what do you say?
I am.
I am. And therefore I am written with I apostrophe and M is what?
Being.
I'm.
Not
I'm.
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 Yeah. Now, can Jasanko relate to this? Saraswati? Is it different from a Jasanko to Helga to somebody else on this call? Not related to Hinduism? That everything that you do has a prefix of I am, and therefore for your action the energy, which is the action, is an energy, and the energy of that energy is related to your actions, thoughts, words, etc., is what? I am.
I am.
Is that I am different from one person to another person?
No.
And therefore that is the illumined intellect that knows the I am. That is Medha. मेधा देवी जुषमाणा न आगाद् विश्वाची भद्रा सुमनस्य माना. Now with that awareness now present in front of your mind, now go chant Medha Suktam. Then you will know what does that illumined intellect Medha does to you and your life, whether you are a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, whatever. That is the intensity of study, and then it will not move. It is such a blissful experience. Vare, vare, bhuti, babhravi, tamasi, bhuti, babhravi, tamasi. That in the context of the past, the present, and the future, then what you are connecting to is Medhe Saraswati Vare. It's blissful experience that is unchanged. Bhuti, Babhravi, Tamasi. Now what they are translating? Bhuti. The Vare is the best one. Bhuti is prosperity. Babhravi, consort of Vishnu. Tamasi, dark one. Niyate Tvam. Niyate Tvam. That which is the Niyata. Niyatam Pranatasmatam. Niyata means that established the order. Tvam, you, that established that order. Preside, be propitious. But all the rest of the translation you are seeing on the screen is a literal iconic Hindu representation. Consort of Vishnu and all of that stuff. Go beyond that. Bhuti, Babhravi, Tamasi also can be interpreted as the three attributes as it can be related to the one that established the order of your mind as the illumined intellect, as the I am consciousness that is pervading the present, the past, and the future, and gave it order in the entropy, which is physically impossible but spiritually possible. That is Narayani. Oh, I'm totally blissed out today. I don't know what's happening. मेधे सरस्वती वरे भूतिबाभ्रवितामसि
मेधे सरस्वति वरे भूतिभाभ्रवितामसि मेधे सरस्वति वरे भूतिभाभ्रवितामसि
नियते त्वं प्रसीदेशे नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते
नियते त्वं प्रसीदेशे नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते नियते त्वं प्रसीदेशे नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते
मेधे सरस्वति वरे भूतिबाभ्रवितामसि नियते त्वं प्रसीदेशे नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते
मेधे सरस्वति वरे भूतिभाभ्रवितामसि नियते त्वं प्रसीदेशे नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते मेधे सरस्वति वरे भूतिभाभ्रवितामसि नियते त्वं प्रसीदेशे नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते
Sai Ramana, you have to unmute yourself.
That's a strange concept. I'm always unmuted. Okay. So this reason why we are spending so much time on this Narayana Stuti is I believe at least 5 out of 7 Sapta Slokas, the 7 slokas, are from this chapter. Who is causing the disturbance? And the 5 slokas that. What is happening, Sairama? Hello?
Chandraksha M. Shetty.
Chandraksha Shetty. Okay. He's walking somewhere late night, and then he is causing disturbance. Okay, Sairam. Chandraksha Shetty sir, please watch yourself. Be safe. 5 out of what are the 5? We are now coming to the third sloka in Sapta Shloki. After Jnaninam Chetamsi, Durge Smrta, Sarvamangala Mangalye, Sharanagata Dinartha. The fifth shloka in the Sapta Shloki is Sarvaswarupe Sarveshe, Sarva Shakti Samanvite, Bhayebhyastrahino Devi, Durge Devi Namostute. This shlokam is Sarvaswarupe, all the forms. Sarveshe, the one who is the substance or the subject of all those forms. Sarva Shakti Samanvite, the one that is the moving Shakti, the power within those Samanvite, Samanvayam, integratedly, integrated presence, integrated presence as all forms, all names, all functions, name as in the Isha, form as in the Rupa, Shakti as in the function, Sarva Swarupe, Sarveshe, Sarva Shakti, Samanvite, that integrated presence. Or to look at it in a different way, that one integrated presence that is expressed as all names, all forms, and all functions. When you see that integrated presence, or when you connect to that integrated presence, what happens? That integrated presence in you as the name, the form, and the function. When you start seeing the Dehi, not the name, form, and function, Nama, Rupa, Kriya, which is related to the body and the mind, Samanvayam, constant, integrated awareness of the indweller, the Dehi, without separating the name, the form, and the function. When you connect to that, what happens? Bhayebhyaha trahino Devi Durge Devi Namostute. When that awareness comes in, you are automatically protected from fear. Bhayebhyaha trahino. Trahinaha means us. You protect us, Devi, the divine light, from all the fear, bhaya, and to you, O Durga, that protects us from all of that, we offer our salutations. Durga, when you enter into this suffering because of diversity, that which protects you from falling into that misery which is caused by separation or diversity and without integrated awareness, then what will happen? You are subject to fear and stress and distress and all of that stuff. Bhayebhyaha trahi naha Devi Durge Devi Namostute. We'll close with this powerful sloka. It's a good point to close after the Narayani Stuti. Now we are coming into the core aspects of the mother. The core aspects of the mother, then we are coming into beyond the Saptamatrikas, beyond the two the Shivaduti and the Kali, beyond that which is represented as the intellect. This is a complete analysis of our own system and integrating our entire system with this Nava Matrikas, the nine mothers, plus now coming into the core aspect of Medha, Durga, Katyayani, Bhadrakali. Those are getting invoked in the next few shlokas. The first one starts with Durga. सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते
भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवि दुर्गे देवि नमोऽस्तु ते
भये भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवि दुर्गे देवि नमोऽस्तु ते भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवि दुर्गे देवि नमोऽस्तु ते
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवि दुर्गे देवि नमोऽस्तु ते
सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवि दुर्गे देवि नमोऽस्तु ते सर्वस्वरूपे सर्वेशे सर्वशक्तिसमन्विते भयेभ्यस्त्राहि नो देवि दुर्गे देवि नमोऽस्तु ते
ॐ अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व परमेश्वरी आवाहनं न जानामि विसर्जनं पूजाञ्चैव न जानामि क्षम्यतां परमेश्वरी मन्त्रहीनं क्रियाहीनं भक्तिहीनं सुरेश्वरी यत्पूजितं मया देवि परिपूर्णं तदस्तु मे अपराधशतं कृत्वा जगदम्बेति चोच्चरेन् यां गतिं समवाप्नोति न तां ब्रह्मादयः सुरा
सापराधोऽस्मि
सापराधोऽस्मि शरणं प्राप्तस्त्वां जगदम्बिके इदानीमनुकम्प्योऽहं यथेच्छसि तथा कुरु अज्ञानाद्विस्मृतेर्भ्रान्त्या यन्यूनमधिकं मया तत्सर्वं क्षम्यतां देवि प्रसीद परमेश्वरि कामेश्वरि जगन्मात सच्चिदानन्दविग्रहे गृहाणार्चामि मां प्रीत्या प्रसीद परमेश्वरि गुह्यातिगुह्यगोप्त्रीत्वं गृहाणस्मत्कृतं जपं सिद्धिर्भवतु मे देवि त्वत्प्रसादात् सुरेश्वरि ॐ श्री जगदम्बार्पणमस्तु स्वस्तिः प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यम् समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः Om Sri Sai Ram. Let me see if there are any questions. I don't think so. Posted. All of you are happy. Okay, good.
The son of the Duryodhana.
Duryodhana.
Duryodhana. Oh, where was I talking about Duryodhana? Which shloka?
20th or
If you didn't remember that, how can I?
Before starting 20th, uncle.
Oh, no, no. I was talking about that on 20th. Yes. Yes, Swati is correct.
Gauraru.
It is the Maharave.
Yes, intimidation. We're talking about intimidation. Intimidation in front of God. Intimidation in presence of divinity. Intimidation by a teacher. Intimidation by the mother herself. This is the story in Mahabharata. Where is the story coming about? When Duryodhana, we're talking about the intimidation part. That is where I was saying,
Divide, I think.
no, intimidation part. How you get intimidated. How you get intimidated in the presence of all these aspects. Mother, father, teacher, all these things, you should never get intimidated by them. Even when they are speaking loudly, clearly, I mean, sometimes your mother shouts at you, you get intimidated. You should not get intimidated because what is spoken is out of 100% intent of love, nothing more than that. When a mother is shouting at you or a father is shouting at you, we get intimidated because of our own lower mind. Please know this. This is a very important aspect of society that we live in. And therefore, we are told, please never shout at a child, don't do anything like that. Always praise them. Always their self, this thing will be affected if, yeah, true, that is true. That means that the child has to be first brought to a mind that is the higher mind. Yes, do not shout at a child if they have a lower mind. That is true. That means what you do, you have to bring the child's mind to normal mind. And when the normal mind is now given an input, then that mind will take it to the higher level and will pursue higher level of goals, etc. The story about Duryodhana is a very powerful one. Duryodhana was amazingly, became amazingly strong due to an incident. So strong that that his mother, who blindfolded herself because the husband is blind and did not want to look at the world that her husband could not look. Such a chastity, Gandhari, with that supreme chastity. And because of her love for her son, she tells him before all the clan of Kauravas were slain by the Pandavas, Duryodhana is remaining. And then she has, out of her love, she says, son, please go take a bath and come. Come in front of me nude, without any vesture. And Duryodhana goes to take a bath. He's walking back to the mother, completely nude. Krishna knew at that point of time If this mother, with her 100% chastity, looked at this son from tip to toe, he will be invincible. Nobody will be able to kill him. Period. That was the chastity of Gandhari. That cannot happen. He has to preserve dharma. So when Duryodhana is walking back, Krishna is mocking him. Hey, king, you are without clothes. The nude king. And then Duryodhana gets intimidated. He will go pull leaves, tie it around his thighs, waist area, then goes, stands in front of the mother, even though she requested him to come and stand in front of him nude, because of the intimidation by the guru. When a guru makes fun of you, you get intimidated, isn't it? So he was intimidated by Jagat Guru, Krishna himself, and therefore he went and stood in front of the mother with leaves tied around his waist area. Son, are you there? Yes, ma, I'm present here. Are you nude? Yes. And then she opens the blindfold. She looks at him. Except the waist area, he became invincible. Where he was intimidated. Which fool will be intimidated by the love of a mother? Which fool will be intimidated by the love of a guru? When Swami jokes on you, scolds on you, etc., take that as the greatest blessing. Don't get intimidated. That is the point of Maharave, intimidation by the sound of Shivaduti. And why all the lower energies of the Daityas were killed simply by her sound, and how intimidation by the sound should not stifle your mind and your senses. The rest of the story, this is all part of the part of the divine play where Krishna did that because there is an inner reason behind that. His devotee gave a word in the assembly. What was the devotee's word? Devotee made a statement in assembly. Who is the devotee that made a statement in the
Bhima, Bhima,
what was the statement that he made?
he will break his changa or something like that.
What is that in English?
Eyes,
Thighs, yeah. Why did he say he will break his thighs?
Draupadi.
Huh?
Yes,
Because
he made Draupadi Sita.
he showed his thigh and asked Draupadi to come and sit on his thigh. And therefore, I hope you all know Mahabharata, na? Not Mahabharata, Mahabharata, not Narayana. Similarly, not Mahabharata, Mahabharata. So this Mahabharata is again Panchama Vedam, the fifth Vedam that explains the entire nature of the characters associated in the world and how they manifest. And therefore, Duryodhana, when he gave this statement in the assembly that now that you have shown the thighs for ask Draupadi to come and sit there, in the war I will break your thighs. That is the word given by devotee, by a close friend, and that devotee's word has to be kept. Bhakta paradhinaya namaha. God will do anything for the sake of keeping the word of his devotee. If the devotee says God is present in this pillar, where God will come and manifest, like I was telling yesterday, right? Will manifest in this pillar only for keeping the word of the devotee. And so did Krishna by intimidating Duryodhana. he accomplished two things. Mother could not have made him invincible. If Gandhari looked at his thighs, it would have been impossible for Bhima to defeat him and break him. And the only place Bhima has to hit to kill Duryodhana was on the place where Gandhari could not look. And Gandhari did not look because of Duryodhana getting intimidated by Jagat Guru Sri Krishna. Jai Sai Ram. Hope that helps. Hope that helps. The intricacies of dharma. When we don't need this, when we don't know this, we'll be carried out by all our own perceptions, and we make that a reality. Please know this. Perception is a reality is a beautiful statement, and that is true in 99% of the cases. What is the perception? How you perceive that reality makes it a reality. Yes. So, when Krishna was intimidating Duryodhana, if he truly has the judgment and the awareness that there is no shame in front of a mother, he would have explained to it, yes, I am showing up in front of my mother, who is supreme love, and therefore I'm not going to get intimidated by you. Hello, understand, Sairam? Are we all connected? Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions? Okay, good.
And I've
Yes.
asked a question in the chat.
Yes, Sairama. Oh, you asked a question in the chat. It is up. Okay. Is Uchair Ghoshaya Kandayite same? Yeah. Interpretation as yes, yes, exactly right. Uchair Ghoshaya Akarandayate Pattinam Pataye Nama. Uchair Ghoshaya. Uchair Ghosha. Ucha means loud. Ghosha means sound. It is not even sound, it is even, and by doing that, akrandayate pattinaham pataye, he stifles the mind. Yes, beautiful. Yes, CM Shetty, I hope you are safe, sir. Please make sure your thing is mute. Sairam. Okay.
Yeah, and just another interpretation. It's also interesting to know that while the same sound, gives fear to the lower mind, while the devas are there, it gives happiness to them uh, because they know that this asuras will be annihilated, something like that. Is that the sound is the same, but the outcome is different.
Yes, exactly. That's precisely the point. The lower mind gets intimidated and will go into depression. The normal mind or a higher mind take that as a challenge and rises to a higher level. So if you the sattvic mind doesn't get insulted or intimidated, right? That is the nature of the sattvic mind. So the devas, if you interpret that as the devas as being the context of higher mind, sattvic mind, it takes you to the higher level, closer to the divinity. And the lower mind that gets intimidated will go lower and lower because it gets insulted, intimidated. That's the mind. Ego mind. If somebody is insulting you and you felt insulted, that means what?
You are under the influence of the lower mind.
Thank
You
you.
got intimidated.
That is ego mind. Because, hello, oh, this is very beautiful. I am now, you guys are, the rest of the people may get bored. If you get bored, drop off, go do something else that keeps you happy. The context of insult, intimidation, hurt, not physically. Yeah? I'm not talking about physically. Physically, if somebody is doing that, you have to protect it yourself. But the emotional hurt, intimidation, etc., what is the reason for that? Don't say ego because that's a very generic answer.
Insecurity.
Yes, anybody else?
We
Lower
have
mind.
Lower mind is the same answer. Yeah. What is the
we have a pattern of expectation, and when that expectation doesn't get sorted out, fulfilled,
okay? What is the basis of that expectation?
That could be attachment.
Yeah.
Okay. What is the basis of attachment?
Ignorance.
What is
fear,
the basis of
fear,
ignorance?
Body consciousness.
What is the basis of body consciousness?
fear,
What is the basis of fear?
Duality.
What is the basis of duality?
Insecurity.
Insecurity already mentioned.
Not having enough knowledge.
ignorance,
What is the outcome of not having enough knowledge?
ignorance,
What is the basis of ignorance?
Thinking unreal as real.
What is that?
Taking the body as self instead of true
Somebody
self.
already
Maya.
said that.
Maya.
What is the basis of Maya? You are all using generic ephemeral terms, but I am trying to
Identification.
beautiful. Who said identification? Identification with what?
Body.
No, again, identification is only with the body.
Mind.
Mind
No,
and
what is what?
self.
Okay,
self-image,
image, image, image. You have an image about yourself, and that you have identified completely with that image. Now you take all the answers that you gave. The word image, impression will give you the root of everything. Yes, image. That image is your identification with who you think you are, and that is the image. And when somebody pokes into that image, I'm not talking about physical hurt again, because don't mistake about that. You have to protect yourself when somebody hurts you, harms you physically. But I'm talking about emotional hurt, not physical hurt. Because there are people that abuse physically, and those people you have to do something to protect yourself, unquestionably. But this emotional hurt is what I'm talking about. Nobody can emotionally hurt you if you don't have any image about yourself. Go check this out. Just go check this out. Impossible. The image of Duryodhana is that the greatest king. The when Krishna said literally the emperor without clothes, the emperor without clothes, when Krishna said that, what is Krishna poking on?
His image.
Image as who?
King.
The emperor. The emperor. How can the emperor be without clothes? I am the emperor. Therefore, his image is hurt. So, know that if you have an image, I am a great scholar, I am a great singer, I am a great intellect, I am a great executive, I am great this, great that, etc. That and somebody pokes onto that image, boom, it's hurt. You are hurt. What happens if you don't have the image? Who are they poking? What are they poking? How can anybody hurt you emotionally? If you connect to this man, all the impressions, images get cleaned out one by one. And Bhagavan does this very beautifully. So beautifully. Amazing. Guru, and you don't have to go to any other guru. When I say that, not, please don't get hurt, because now you have an image about your guru. That is also an image. The guru may not have that image. You will have that image. Oh, how come he is insulting my guru? He's my guru. How can he insult my guru? Arey Sairam, please listen to this carefully. We are not disrespecting any gurus and what they do, etc. That is their business. Our focus is really about we have this supreme master, the same as I, called as SAI. And when you don't have to go search anywhere else, look within, connect to this. And then when Bhagavan ignores your physical presence, doesn't even look at you, pokes you, chides you, insults you, know that it is a great blessing from him. He has taken you to the washing machine and cleaning all the dirt associated with our own image. Eda Shakti, புரிஞ்சுதா? మనసులాయో?
புரிஞ்சுதுண்ணா.
Okay. I'm not referring to Shakti as an image or anything like that. Just because you are
But
all giving, you are all
Anna,
giving.
there is a dichotomy there in the sense like, so you are supposed to excel in whatever you do in this world, and at the same time, you should not have a self-image. How does, on a practical basis, how does these two go together?
So let me repeat the question. How do we, okay, so there is this thing called in corporate lingo, what they call it, self.
Evaluation or performances?
No. There is what's called as self. Um, okay, but the question that you are asked, that Shakti is asking is, how do you perform in this world without evaluating? I'm paraphrasing what he's saying because if it is related to the image, without having an image of yourself, how do you evaluate yourself to excel in the world? Is that the question?
Yeah, how do you excel in whatever you do without having a self-image that you are good at doing and you want to excel, right?
If you want to excel in the material world, you need to have a self image about yourself.
Sometimes we fall into that dichotomy, right?
No, not I'm not saying that is dichotomy is duality, but I am asking the question practically. Do you have to have an image about yourself, or do you evaluate your actions, your perceptions, and things? What do you do? Do you evaluate your image, or do you evaluate how you perform in the context of your actions and your intent and your integrity? What is it that you are evaluating?
So you are saying, say the whole focus should be more objective versus subjective. There's no element of subjectivity needed even for evaluation objectively.
Object subject is spiritually are different meanings, but let's come back to the question about when you self evaluate yourself, are you evaluating an image of yourself, or are you evaluating your performance in thought, word, deed, integrity? What are you evaluating?
We should be evaluating the Trikarna Shuddhi, yeah, the thought, word, and action integrity.
Integrity.
Yeah.
You should also be evaluating what is called your intent. When you evaluate the I, the intent, the I, the integrity, then by purifying your intent and calibrating on your integrity as thought, word, deed, etc., then your results, as in performance, will be automatically fantastic, and your skills in the context of execution will be automatically perfect. And there is no image. Why there is no image? If there is an image about yourself, you will never be able to evaluate your thought, word, integrity, and intent, period. Because you already established an image. I am a great person. Why do I need to improve? I am a great executive. I am a five-star executive, black belt, or whatever stuff you get with your all your operational skills, etc. I am talking, brothers and sisters. I am not talking philosophy that is absolutely no relevance to our lives. I am talking corporate development, personal development in corporate world. So you are actually not evaluated based upon your image. You are evaluated based on your performance, and you as an individual cannot improve if you have an image about yourself, period.
It becomes a self-constraint for even improving externally. It becomes a huge self-constraint.
So then who are you spiritually? You are nobody. You are nobody, nothing. Then what happens? You have no image. And then what happens? You are able to completely focus your mind in the context of your intent and your integrity. The two eyes in the relative world. The two eyes. The two eyes in the relative world. Intent and integrity. Intent is based on who you are. Integrity is based on how you are perceived who you are. I should start a corporate development and make some money out of this if I really care. You are getting this all free, and your company spend enormous amount of money on sending you to some spiritual development, corporate development performance rewards. And the guy who is talking has absolutely no clue what the hell he's talking. After a session with a one-on-one coach of 6 months, who actually coached Michael Jackson, the coach told me after 6 months, I have learned so much from you for my profession. Thank you very much. Why do we need to run to all these coaches that are quote unquote gurus when Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba, the supreme eternal guru, is already present within, and he is constantly guiding, chiding, making fun of you, and intimidating you, ignoring you. All of that stuff is happening. He's training you on the supreme path. And not only that, he is erasing every image of identification about yourself. He's erasing those. Clean slate. Did I answer your question, Shakti?
Sairam. Thank you.
Okay, on a practical point, on May 6th, Ishwaramma Day, which happens to be, is it next Saturday? Now I'm becoming timeless. Yes, next Saturday. Next Saturday, May 6th, we'll have the Saptashati Parayanam, Chandi Parayanam, and it will start at 9 o'clock, and we'll have the usual class and start at 9 o'clock. The I will have the leads. If you are coming together as a group, please sign up as a group. I know there are groups that are very diversified. I'll try to update the list with different states so that all the people are able to sign up. But Sacramento, East Bay, South Bay, where many people can assemble together, please do it as groups. I know there are groups where it is not practical, like for example, Midwest, Northwest, etc. They're dispersed. So we'll try to put the state names, something like that, so that everybody gets an opportunity to chant at least 15 mantras. Okay, Sai Ram. Any? There are no more questions. Thank you for joining. We'll have the Mahanyasam class as usual at 2 o'clock. जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी